Are you an American traveler looking for your next adventure? Well, before you pack your bags and head out, there are some destinations you might want to think twice about visiting. In today's global landscape, certain countries pose significant challenges and risks for Americans. From political tensions to ongoing conflicts and security issues, these places aren't exactly rolling out the welcome mat. So if you're curious about where Americans might not be so welcome in 2024, stick around as we delve into the top 10 countries you should approach with caution. Number 1. North Korea. Let's kick things off with a country that's been making headlines for all the wrong reasons, North Korea. You might have heard about the ongoing political tensions between the United States and the secretive regime led by Kim Jong-un. Well, those tensions aren't just for show. In fact, they've led to Americans being generally unwelcome in North Korea. The government there tightly controls interactions with foreigners, and travel for Americans is heavily restricted. Back in 2021, Kim Jong-un even went as far as calling the USA their biggest enemy. According to the U.S. Department of State, any travel is banned for American passports due to ongoing threats and constant detentions of U.S. nationals. So if you were thinking of booking a tour of Pyongyang, you might want to think again. Number 2. Iran. Next up, we have Iran, a country with a rich history and vibrant culture, but also a strained relationship with the United States. While American tourists can technically visit Iran, tensions between the two countries have made it a less than ideal destination. Americans may face scrutiny or challenges during their travels, and certain areas might be off limits. According to the U.S. Travel Advisory, Iranian authorities unjustly detain and imprison U.S. nationals on charges, including espionage and posing a threat to national security. The lack of diplomatic or consular relations between the two countries only complicates things further, making Iran a place where Americans need to tread carefully. Number 3. Syria. Moving on to Syria, a country that's been ravaged by conflict and instability for far too long. While Americans were banned from visiting Syria for many years, that restriction was lifted in 2023. However, don't go rushing to book your flights just yet. The U.S. Department of State still advises against travel to Syria due to the ongoing violence, terrorism, and kidnapping risks. The country's political landscape remains volatile, with no signs of stability on the horizon. With the U.S. Embassy closed since 2012, Americans are left with limited support and assistance in case of emergencies. So while Syria may hold historical significance, it's not exactly a safe haven for American travelers. Number 4. Yemen. Now let's talk about Yemen, a country that's been torn apart by conflict and humanitarian crisis. Americans are strongly advised against all travel to Yemen due to the ongoing violence, kidnapping, and terrorism threats. The closure of the U.S. Embassy in 2015 only adds to the challenges faced by American travelers. According to the Travel Advisory, there is a very high risk of kidnapping and detention of U.S. citizens in Yemen, with forced marriage being a particular concern. So, if you were considering a trip to Yemen, it might be wise to reconsider and explore safer alternatives instead. Number 5. Somalia. Somalia has long been synonymous with conflict, piracy, and terrorism, making it a no-go zone for most travelers, including Americans. The U.S. government advises against all travel to Somalia due to the threat of violence and kidnapping. With extremely limited consular presence in the country, Americans are left vulnerable and exposed in the event of an emergency. Despite efforts to stabilize the region, Somalia remains a dangerous destination where the risks far outweigh the rewards for American travelers. Number 6. Iraq. Iraq, a country with a rich cultural heritage overshadowed by decades of instability and conflict. Since the 2003 invasion, Iraq has struggled to find its footing amidst ongoing security challenges. While there are areas considered safer for travel, the overall security situation remains volatile, with risks including terrorism, kidnapping, and violence. American travelers venturing into Iraq must tread carefully, navigating through a landscape fraught with uncertainty. The once vibrant cities now bear scars of war, a stark reminder of the challenges facing the nation. Despite efforts to restore stability, Iraq remains a high-risk destination for American travelers, with limited consular services available in case of emergencies. The allure of ancient Mesopotamian sites may beckon, but it's essential for travelers to weigh the potential risks against the rewards before embarking on a journey to Iraq. Number 7. Libya. Libya, a land of contrasts, where stunning coastlines meet political turmoil and armed conflict. Since the overthrow of Muammar Gaddafi in 2011, Libya has struggled to find stability, with rival factions vying for control. The country remains divided, with sporadic violence and insecurity prevailing. American travelers contemplating a trip to Libya must exercise extreme caution, as the risk of violence and kidnapping looms large. Despite its historical significance and natural beauty, Libya's unstable political landscape makes it a dangerous destination for Americans. The withdrawal of the U.S. Embassy further complicates matters, leaving travelers with limited assistance and support in case of emergencies. While the allure of exploring ancient ruins may be tempting, it's essential for American travelers to prioritize safety and security when considering a visit to Libya. Number 8. Afghanistan. Afghanistan, a landlocked country in South Asia that's been embroiled in conflict for decades. The security situation remains precarious, with insurgent groups and ongoing military operations posing significant risks to travelers, including Americans. Furthermore, the closure of the U.S. Embassy in Kabul in 2021 has left American travelers with limited support and assistance in the country. With no end in sight to the violence and instability, Afghanistan remains a high-risk destination for American travelers. Number 9. Venezuela. Venezuela, a country known for its stunning landscapes and vibrant culture, but also for its political tensions and economic struggles. While Americans are not explicitly banned from visiting Venezuela, the U.S. State Department has issued travel advisories warning of crime, civil unrest, and arbitrary detention. With the withdrawal of the U.S. Embassy from Venezuela in 2019, American travelers are left with limited assistance and support in the country. So while Venezuela may offer beauty and charm, it's not without its risks for American travelers. Number 10. Eritrea. Lastly, we have Eritrea, a country with an authoritarian government and restricted political environment. Foreigners, including Americans, face challenges when traveling to Eritrea, with tight controls on travel and access to information. Concerns about human rights abuses and arbitrary detention further add to the risks faced by American travelers. With limited support and assistance available, Eritrea is a destination best approached with caution by American travelers. And there you have it, 10 countries where Americans might want to think twice before traveling in 2024. From ongoing conflicts to political tensions and security risks, these destinations present unique challenges for American travelers. While the allure of adventure may be strong, it's essential to prioritize safety and security when planning your next trip abroad. So before you book that ticket, be sure to do your research and consider the potential risks involved. If you found this video informative, then don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. Thanks for watching.